Hello, I'm Christy Lentz. I am your son or daughter's Honors English 9 teacher, and welcome to this video about how our class runs, the curriculum, reassessment policies, and then Canvas, and the best ways to get a hold of me if you would need to. So first of all, I'll say that Honors 9, the course expectations for Honors 9 are kind of twofold. Academically, I'm hopeful that the kids are able to move at a deeper level and maybe a little bit quicker, but that's not necessarily the difference between Honors 9 and English 9, but more so the depth. I do have some expectations about the quality of work that I get, but at the same time too, it is freshman year and there are plenty of people who are brand new to honors. And so I respect that, and we will do assignments that will be listed as sort of a step-by-step. And that's something that you'll see as your son or daughter comes home, or as you see on the Canvas page when I show you in just a second. Our curriculum for first semester is two parts. We do a narrative where it's a multi-genre. We'll look at a couple of different versions of some poetry, some prose writing, and then they will write two different kinds of pieces for me. And then the second unit revolves around Julius Caesar. And with Julius Caesar, we'll do a timed write. We will do a project that involves some research of some motifs and symbols in the play. And then we finish first semester with it's a presentation and a research project done in groups, and it's over a school issue. We're using ethos, pathos, and logos that we learn about throughout the whole use of rhetorical strategies in Julius Caesar, and then we apply it to real life scenarios for the end of first semester. Second semester, we read the novel The Glass Castle, and then we do a couple of assignments with that. And then at the spring, at the end of the year, we'll do a reading, a lit circle with some book choices and some vocabulary along with that. So on a day-to-day basis, I have listed on my particular board, I have the agenda for the day. And then this is a good time to talk about Canvas as well. So I do try to do the most recent unit and the most recent date at the top. And I'll show you an example. So we are starting on Monday, August 28th. We're wrapping up our Unit 0, which was just the basics. And then we're starting Unit 1, which is a narrative genre study. Every time that a student comes to class, this agenda that's in the green is written on the board, so they know exactly what the expectation is going to be. And then for students who are absent, they can easily check this, and there are links to either slides or worksheets if they need them, but it tells them exactly what we're doing in class. The middle column shows the homework, and then if I gave any handouts, they can just read them online. When they come back, if they're absent, I can give them a paper copy. You might have noticed too that underneath today's date, if there is something due, it will be tabbed in and then linked there. For example, on Monday, for Wednesday's homework, they have an analysis of O. Henry stories that they write a paragraph for. So that's kind of a quick note about my Canvas page. The syllabus is attached there, and most of you signed that academic dishonesty policy. There's an extra copy there. Our summative weights for Honors English are 80-20. And what that means is 80% of the score comes from summative assessments, and there are 4 first semester. Those 4 summative assessments are the narrative I spoke of, the timed write with Julius Caesar, the project with Julius Caesar, and our 4th and final one is over the presentation and research about a school issue. When I say 80-20, that 80%, that's the bulk of their grades. Those summative assessments are never a surprise. Those are all things that we work on for weeks. They get feedback on, and then the final, whatever it is, paper presentation that's done will never be something that's quick. We will have practiced, done some sample things before, and then that's where the bulk of their grade comes from. The other 20% are just called formative grades, and those are homework grades, maybe reading checks or grammar quizzes, rough drafts. So that brings me to a good point then about our reassessment policy in Honors English. We do not do reassessments on anything formative. Homework grades are what they are, they're practice. But those summative assessments, with the exception that narrative is a multiple draft. So there are no reassessment opportunities with that. When I say the narrative is a multiple draft, that means that they will have done a brainstorming, a first draft, a second, that peers look at, that they look at, that I look at, and then the final draft has gone through so many revisions and edits that covers that reassessment. They've gotten feedback all throughout the process, and so that one doesn't apply. For other assessments, it does depend on them meeting all of the deadlines. And then if deadlines are met, I do require students to meet with me during SSRT to go over ways to improve. And then together, the student and I come up with a due date for that reassessment, a reasonable due date that we can both agree on. And then at that point, then I would take the time then to reassess and maybe change that grade. If you need to get a hold of me, the easiest way is through a Canvas message. My email is also, that's what the Canvas is for. It sends me an email directly. I promise that I will get back within 24 hours if you have something. Um, that's the best way to get a hold of me. I told the students I prefer to work with them about issues, and then if I need to call home, I will. However, on the other end, as a parent, I do understand that sometimes situations come up and you need to contact me, and Canvas is the best way to do that. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate all the support I get from you at home, and I hope you have a good evening. Thank you.